My name is Sexton, and I'm a singer-songwriter from California. I started playing music when I was in high school. I borrowed my uncle's guitar and locked myself away in my room for hours on end just trying to figure the thing out. And eventually it started to sound semi-decent, so I just kept teaching myself and plugging away at it. When I went to college was when I first started writing my own songs, and I got involved in the local music scene there, playing at cafes and connecting with other musicians. But while I had skill, at the time my music I think lacked a lot of substance and direction, so I put it on the back burner for a while. In the few years after that, I faced some trials. I spent a year working and living in El Salvador in Central America, where all the comforts of home and familiarities were stripped away. And I had to learn to be content with very little. Not to mention, I had to learn to face my pride and my selfishness that had always been easier to hide. After coming back home, I dealt with some major health issues that required multiple surgeries and pushed me to endure physically and mentally. And looking back at both of those things, I know that God was the one who carried me through them and gave me hope, not just for somewhere down the line, but for in the midst of it all. So while my character was developed in those years, it made sense that my musicianship and my songwriting deepened as well. I think that the role of artists is to serve other people with their creations and to bring them into the fullness of life. Whether it's through joy or trials or longing or love, I believe that my role is to encourage listeners to take heart and to help them find truth. So the project I'm working on now is my first full-length album. It's a 9-track compilation of songs that I've written over the last 5 years. My hope is that by the end of this project, we will have created something that's intrinsically beautiful and that speaks of truth in an unpretentious way. I guess I consider my music folk music, which really just means it's music for the people, which is why I'm excited to invite you guys to be a part of this process with me. So we're trying to produce this album in a way that is cost-effective and personal, but that is also well-crafted. For this reason, I have been recording the tracks in my little makeshift home studio, and then when I'm finished with them, we're going to send them into the hands of some very gifted and trustworthy engineers who will mix and master the album for me. We need to raise money to cover the costs of the mixing and the mastering, as well as the production of the CD. Mixing and mastering will cost around $4,000 and production around $1,500. I would like to invite you to be a part of this album, making this music accessible to all people. I'm grateful for any donations. Thank you for taking the time to hear about this project.